Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jack Chang here, and today we're going to do yet another property review. It is Allevia Mont Kiara in Mont Kiara, KL. So yes, Allevia Mont Kiara by UEM Sunrise. Sunrise rather particularly is actually the OG developer from Mont Kiara. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, right? 1980s, late 1980s, actually this whole area of Mont Kiara, it's pretty much like Segambut Dalam, okay? Low rise, everything, no high rise at all, and it's all rubber estate, and that's where Sunrise came in. Yeah, Sunrise came in, they bought a number of parcels of land and they developed. The first few high rise came up in 1990s, early 1990s, and the rest is history. Yeah, you got all these high rise now, condos, and of course Mont Kiara is well known to be international expat, place. Yeah, a lot of expats stay here, and of course you got a lot of good stuff here. So you got Mont Kiara International School. At the other road, which is behind this giant Kiara tree, that has GIS, Garden International School. Yeah, so yes, that's why this place is so hot. Such a well developed, nice, modern, small mini suburb, yeah, in KL here. Okay, going back to this Allevia Mont Kiara. So there are two towers. This is the first tower. Another one's right at the opposite end. We'll go towards that. That's Tower B. This is Tower A. Tower A is 43 stories, while Tower B is 38 stories. Very, very low dense. 294 units in total, only means less than 150 units per block. And per floor, you only have 4 units. So extremely, extremely low dense. Superb. And the units all are very, very sizable. The units start from 1007, if I'm not mistaken, all the way to 2634 for the biggest unit. That's a 4+2 bedroom and 5+1 bathrooms. The smallest, the 1007, is 3+1 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So yes, without further ado, let's head in. Let's go. Okay, we are at the end of this development. Walked all the way from that entrance, that's the guardhouse, to this part here. This is block B, the drop off. And what's interesting about this, right, is this part here. So there's actually dual entrance, and this is actually very special. Very rare do you have dual entrance, but for this row of properties, right, beside me, again, I've reviewed this before, Inspirasi Mont Kiara, there's also a dual entrance. So yes, you can actually tag in. There's no guardhouse here, so this will be only strictly for residents. Yeah, you can tag in, right? And this is basically the back road. This is Jalan Kiara 3, which you go straight, you can head towards Segambut Dalam. That is Kiara Kasih. Further up here, that's Garden International School. So again, very, very conveniently located. Yeah. Going back. Look at that. So very, very easy, straightforward path, up and down, single lane, and then earlier there, just after the guardhouse, that's actually the turn into the car park. So it's actually quite low. You only got car park up until level 6, yeah, and then level 7 is already your facilities already. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. You got a counter here for security, and then you also got music. Can you hear the music? Very calming, peaceful, nice music. Yeah. And they have the lounge here, where guests can wait, visitors can wait before someone gets you. Connects directly to the car park. There are EV charging bays, by the way, in case you were curious. Quite a number. I think there were easily 6, if not more, yeah, with individual chargers already. They're AC, of course, not DC, but it's quite high rated. I saw it's by ABB and it is up to 22 kilowatts. Yeah, at least the machine, yeah, whether the electricity supply can be at 22, that's a separate story. Yeah. Nice. More sitting area. And of course, this is where you have to tag in for security. Look at that. More chill out area. Nice. So this is your mailbox area. Mailbox area, they split it. So there are two or three rather, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And you also have this parcel room where you can keep. Yeah. So very, very nice also. Not the biggest, but again, you only have 294 units, right? Not many units to be honest. So it's okay. Bathroom here, look at that. Look at the ID. Tip top. Okay, disabled, male, female. Yeah, I'm not going to come down, so it's just a quick review now. Sandstones here. Okay, let's head up to the unit that we're going to review. It's in this block. And one nice thing I like about this, right, is the lift system. Okay, look at that. And that's basically the Sunrise logo. So this has a touchless lift. So you just put your fingers close enough. Yeah, there's the touch. It activates, enter the lift. And of course, once you scan your access card, you'll go to the floor that you want. Yeah, 19. Got a small display there to show at the bottom there, right, the floors that's going to. Hyundai. Yeah. So if you don't want to go to your floor, you don't need to tag. You can go to either the car park floors or the facilities floors 7 and 38. Okay, let's step out. Stepping out of the lift, we are on the 19th floor. So you have 4 lifts and only 4 units per floor. So extremely low dense. And the way they conceptualize this development, right, as a bungalow in the sky. And true enough, if you see all these units, there is actually no adjoining walls. Yeah? They don't share the wall at all. So literally, really like a bungalow, right? All of it are standalone units at all 4 corners. Yeah. Okay, this is the where you have your refuse room and all the other M&Es. So nothing of the blue, normal refuse room too. The emergency exit. And this is the lift bomba. It's basically the same lift, by the way, but this is more unique. It's a side by side as opposed to back and front type of entrance. And there is the stairs, emergency exit. Okay, let's head to the unit. Okay, this is the unit that we're going to review. This is a type D, 2, 3, 4, 5 square feet. What a nice number. 4 plus 1 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 1 powder room. So like what I was mentioning, right, there is no adjoining wall. So it's separated, yeah, from this unit totally. Yeah, you got a space in between. Likewise, the other side also is actually separated. It's not joined at all. This is the entrance. Yeah. It slopes up, so it's wheelchair friendly. Bicycles or what you can push up, very, very nice. And you have a doorbell which is actually working. Yeah, small details, but yeah, you know how often do you get one that is really installed with a doorbell? Electronic door lock, nice. I've always advocate for this, right? If you want to spend something, you want to do renovation, this should be like the first thing on your list. Yeah, because entry level, to be honest, is not that expensive. It's only like what, 1,000 plus minus for entry level one. This, and you use it like daily, in and out, compared to furnishing other parts of the house, right? Of course, this is a very nice door. Look at the thickness. This, of course, is a fire-rated door, solid. but it really is very, very thick. Slightly thicker than normal, I think. Yeah. And look at that. So very, very nice. Immediately very inviting. Extremely nice big balcony that you have here. Of course, this is both your living and also your dining. And here, you got your kitchen cabinets. Yeah, this is the dry kitchen area. All these, by the way, are provided by the developer. Yeah, these kitchen cabinets. Legrand for the faceplate and switches. And this series very nice, chrome color. And they even provide this power track Ubik. These are the pioneers in this power track system. Yeah, not cheap. Good stuff. Yeah, by UAM Sunrise. This, by the way, accessories, fittings, they are using Bloom. Bloom is branded. Again, this is the best in class as far as this stuff accessories are concerned. This is basically the soft close mechanism. And you look at this. These are small details, but key details. It's adjustable. Every single, you can easily adjust this rack according to your preference, right? The height. Yeah, for not just for this, of course, for all, you got all your shelves, you can adjust it. Yeah. So they give you Bloom, they give you adjustable one. This is also a branded, decent local branded kitchen carpentry by House, Hauss. Can you see? Yeah. Additional details, but yeah, cool stuff. Yeah. Tekka. So good stuff that they're giving. Okay, we'll check out this part here. This is the red kitchen, basically. All this again provided, hood and hob also provided, yeah, by Tekka. This is an induction series. Yeah, there's a difference between induction and ceramic, by the way. Also another track, Ubik. Extremely nice. And even small details like this. Look, all this is provided, yeah? Look at that. Awesome, right? What else? Tekka. Look at that, right? And again, you got all your adjustable shelves. There's this door here which leads out to the emergency exit, the stairs. So in case of any touch wood, emergency, ta-da, immediately down to the stairs. Yeah. So extremely nice. What else do you have? Okay, this is the yard area. This is for your washing machine. You can put your dryer here also. It's closed. It's secured. There's grills provided. This, you might think this is ugly and unsightly, right? But actually, there's a very good reason. They actually prepared it so that if you want to add a water filter, you can just add a water filter. Because for condos, water, of course, is from a tangki, right? And if you want to add a water filter, you don't want to do any hacking, any drilling. You can straight away install it here. So very, very thoughtful, again, of the developer to provide this. Extremely good, in my opinion. Yeah. And this is the maid's room, or rather the +1 room. Yeah. The DB is here. And this is the bathroom. Yeah. Tiles all the way to the top. Your shower. Typical maid's bathroom. A bit tight, of course. But yeah, still decent. Yeah. Got a folding door. Okay, let's head out. Nice? Like what you see so far? This. Look at that. The living and dining combined with the balcony. This is damn wide, by the way. This is 22 feet. So most houses landed, the standard would be 22 times 70, 22 times 75. This is your entire width of your landed house, yeah? And you get a huge end-to-end balcony. Look at that. By the way, they're also very generous with aircons. All these are provided, inverter, and these are huge capacities. If you zoom in, you can see the number series there, right? I think I've taught you how to see before. If you see that number there, PU18, 18 is basically for 2 horsepower. 9 or 10 is 1 horsepower. 13 is 1.5, and 18 is basically 2 horsepower. So they're giving you 2 horsepower side by side. So you got literally 4 horsepower of aircon here. Yeah. Don't need to worry that it'll be warm. Yeah. Nice balcony. Yeah. Which is 4 feet, so you can put a table and chair in between. That's the facility floor, podium level 7. Yeah. And that, of course, is Mont Kiara International School that I mentioned at the start. Towards here, okay, maybe here I can't really see. I'll mention in the bedroom, when we check out the bedroom. So very, very nice. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we'll check out the room. So this is the first room. Solid timber flooring. Yeah. And again, a huge size aircon. Is this open spec? I don't know. This is also a 2 horsepower unit for a room like this. Damn. This is overly generous, oversized, is it? Not one thing for sure. It's going to be very nice and comfy with a 2 horsepower unit. Big window panels. Yeah. Extremely big. The bathroom. So this is by Roca. Roca is from Spain. Again, branded stuff that they're giving you. Roca. Roca is also very old. Roca, I think, has been around for more than 100 years, if I'm not mistaken, from Barcelona, Spain. Yeah. Of course, you have your water heater above. Yeah. Look at all this. All this is by Roca. And this is your door to service your aircon. It's a door, by the way. It's a door and window 2 in 1. Window here and door here. So very, very well maximized. Yeah. And of course, it's translucent to bring in some light. By the way, all units here at Allevia are also ensuite, yeah, the bedrooms. So all of it, even the smallest unit, yeah, 1,007 plus, also is ensuite. Look at the tiles. I like the tiles also. Yeah. This is the powder room right at the front. Nice. Yeah. Look at the shape of it. Look at the shape. Huh? Awesome, right? Nice. Yeah. Powder room. I've explained before why is it called powder room, because back in the 1800s, people touch up their makeup, right? They'll powder their face and of course relieve themselves. That's why it's called powder room. Yeah. So you do not have a shower. You're not supposed to take your bath or shower here. Yeah, that's the reason. And of course, this was popular in Europe, powder room, the concept, people touch up their makeup, their wigs, even for guys, they would have wigs, fake hair. This is the +1 area. Very nice, cozy area. You can easily turn it to study or work area. Probably not for a TV. I think it's slightly too close. I will not put it for a TV. Or maybe not long hours, yeah. Small TV maybe. And you got an aircon here. This is 1 horsepower. You can see that's 10, the number there. PU10 kilowatt hours, kWh. So that is a 1 horsepower. This is the second bedroom. And again, of course, ensuite. I'm going to go into the details. Looks very similar. Yeah, you also got an aircon latch there. Big window panel here again. Yeah. How big is this aircon? This is 13. This is 13. Interesting. 1.5 horsepower. It's so generous, I feel. You know, with the aircon sizing. This is the last room, guest room. Also very sizable. And then you got, again, this very typical design, right? You come this walkway, you split it left and right? And the divider is right in the middle. And behind this divider is enough space, the width, the depth for you to do your cabinet. So you can build in a walk-in wardrobe, you know, your wardrobe, built-in wardrobe, flat. You have a window, it looks out, not into internal area, so nice natural light that you get during the day. All these also are very low actually, so it's very kid-friendly and disabled friendly, right? Those on wheelchairs, all this is very low. It's only up until my waist actually. Yeah, it's my waist level. Okay, you can't really see, but yeah, it's my waist level, and some of it are even lower. So very, very interesting. Again, ensuite, so this also has its own bathroom, very, very similar, so I'm not going to go into the details. Yeah. And the master bedroom, nice, right? Look at that window panel there. Of course, here you can do your built-in wardrobe, or you can do it there, leading to your bathroom also. And again, they give you a big aircon, 2 horsepower. Inverter, Panasonic, 2 horsepower. Crazy. So overly generous. Here, you can do your walk-in wardrobe, second walk-in wardrobe, a very nice makeup table at the corner there. Yeah. And this is the bathroom. His and hers. Again, Voca. Look at the mirror also. Yeah. Very nice. Water closet, also by Roca. Got rain shower. And this bathtub and a privacy screen, of course, so people can see in. Yeah. Roca everywhere. Okay, that's about it. If you're interested to get this unit here or any other units, reach out to this power couple, or rather reach out to Keith. Yeah, he's the one that fronts for this power couple, very, very strong couple. More than, I think, a decade in this industry. His name and contacts is below in the description. Now that we're finished checking out this unit, let's head up. Yeah, let's head up first to check out the facilities on the rooftop. Let's go. Okay, we start off our facilities tour on the rooftop. This is 38, residence lounge, sky terrace and gymnasium. Let's head this side first. Residence lounge. So no units on this floor, the highest floor. And this is it, sky lounge, private dining and karaoke room. Yeah. Look at that. Very, very nice. Yeah? Okay, let's explore one by one. So this is really just a lounge, nice, cozy, and again, very generous with air cons. You even have a centralized aircon here. And behind this, you actually have a mixer amplifier. So what this means is you can connect to music, yeah, and you can have pipe music throughout this space. You have speakers there, ceiling mounted speakers all around this whole entire Sky Lounge. It's a private dining area. Yeah, comfortably sit 10. And of course, you've got some sitting here at the island. This is a full-fledged kitchen. Look at that. Yeah, nice. You got a fridge. Of course, the same regular stuff. Tekka, sink, Tekka, mixer, hood and hob. Also, you have a oven here. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. And then you got all these small pockets outside. I guess whoever who wants to take a smoke, right, can step out. Yeah. So many aircons somehow. Here there are two. 1, 2, and then there's another aircon there also. Another aircon there. 4 aircons. Oh, massive. Yeah. And I like this area very much. Yeah, because usually for kids, certain age, they can't, they feel restless. So this is extremely good, extremely useful. It's carpeted. Obviously, it's a kids area. There's already existing toys, so you don't need to bring your own toys. But of course, if you have your own toys, all the more better. And all these are really kids-friendly furniture, right? Low chairs, tables. You've got a cooking set. You've got some bean bags. And with this whiteboard, for them to draw, you just bring your own marker. They can easily draw. Yeah. Nice. And what do we have here? We got this karaoke room. Yeah. Look at that. And then you have a balcony here, of course. Okay, I'll go outside and I'll talk about that later. But yes, nice huge TV. Karaoke set is there. 2 speakers up there. Yeah. So it's perfect, to be honest. It's an entertainment. You can sing, you can dine, you can chit-chat, your kids can be busy. This is a very, very nice functional Sky Lounge, to be honest. Okay, look at that. There's a power line there. So somewhat this place will be okay. It will not be developed. There's Trinity Pentamount, which I reviewed previously. Kiara Cassia also, one of the best Roma whips available. And we're just beside NKVE. So very, very close towards Segambut Dalam, yeah, which is in that direction there. Yeah, very high up also. This thing is quite high up. This is like 5 feet maybe. So safe. Okay. And this is of course towards the lounge. Okay, now that we've finished checking out this awesome Sky Lounge, one of the best, to be honest. What do you think? Let me know. Have you seen a better Sky Lounge? This is really complete, to be honest. Yeah, you got dining, you got chill out zone, you got entertainment, and you got for kids all in the same place. Yeah, all in the same place, one single side of it. Let's head to the other side, the Sky Gymnasium. Let's go. Okay, heading towards the gym. Yes. So Sky Terrace and Sky Gym, Sky Cycling Studio. Look at that. Nice. Right? Huge, nice gym. Got lockers here. Our weights are over there. And again, there's so many icons, I just can't help but to emphasize. So you also got a mixer amplifier, so you can plug in your own music, you can play your own music, yeah, and we can connect via Bluetooth. So the whole place, you can just turn it up, pump up the volume, A cycling studio, 4 machines here. Nice. Okay, let's not waste time. Let's head towards the Sky Terrace. Heading into the sky terrace, right from the gym. So again, of course, you have to scan in. Bathrooms. So essentially, all your washrooms for this floor is here. Stairs up, but you also have an accessibility ramp on the other end. Yeah. And of course, some sitting here. Yeah. Casual chat, you know, you don't want to be stuck in the aircon too long. You want to come out, take a breather. Going up for disabled, 2 for female and 2 for male. All comes very standard. You have a water closet and of course a sink and a mirror. Yeah. Stairs to head back down. This should be, what is this? Okay, frankly I don't know. It's locked. But I think this should be a storeroom of some sort, if I were to guess. And this is the accessibility ramp. Okay, that's about it for this floor. Now let's head down to the main facilities floor on level 7. Let's go. Stepping out of the lift, we are on level 7. So this is the main facilities floor. Lots of stuff ongoing here. We're again at Tower B. You got this 12, 13, 9, 11, 12, 13. Before we explore everything in between Tower A and B, music co-creation, games room. Yeah, massive stuff, including a steam room. Okay, let's check it out. So this side here first. Let's check out the co-creation studio, which pretty sounds like a place basically just to do your work, to chill, to hang out. Yeah. So this is it. Oops. Okay, put the lights right. So basically, I would say this is really much like a co-working space, if anything. Yeah. So got a nice, look at that. Okay, there's someone on the other side, so I don't want to make too much noise. Yeah. Brainstorming session type of room or chit-chat room, but basically more towards being a quiet space for you to do your work. That was how I'll put it. Yeah. And then towards this side here, see here you got more tables and chairs to do your work. Right? And all these are basically those chairs there, right? They're actually power points at the bottom, so you can easily hook up your laptop or even charge your phone. Small mini pods essentially. Yeah, you can see it's blue, and this has direct USB port at the bottom there. So very, very cool. Look at that. I can do work here all day, man. No issues at all. Right? I'm not sure if they provide Wi-Fi. I hope they do. Such a cool space. Pity if there's no Wi-Fi. Okay, let's head out and check out the next one. Next up, the games room, which is just beside this co-creation studio. And again, very, very impressive. Look at that. Nice. So you got darts, you got foosball, yeah. Pool. Look at that. A lounge to chill. Again, you got some outdoor area. This room is for, what's this room for? Oh, basically tic-tac-toe. Nice. Oh, it's magnetic. Nice. although it slowly slides down. And you got this, I don't know what you call this, but basically it's supposed to be 3 in a row or 4 in a row, is it? Yeah. So you just put it from the top. And then you can just remove all this, pull it out, and it drops to the bottom. Okay, I'm not sure if you saw that, but yeah, you can just basically pull this bottom up and then you slide to the bottom, this pucks. Yeah. Very, very well appointed. Yeah. I like the fact that they fully furnish it, right? Like ready for immediate use. A lot of developments, right? It's always empty upon VP. Miserable. This is fully furnished. You got a ping pong table, T-bar, top brand. Yeah, ITTF standard. It's not from Decathlon crap or what. This is good stuff, man. Right? Even the bed itself, T-bar. This is branded stuff, man. Why do they do this? I hope whoever who's utilizing this space, really, please, really take care of all this stuff. This is really good stuff. ITTF, International Table Tennis Federation. Yeah, this is not cheap stuff at all. Yeah, yeah. And then this door is locked. I don't know what's behind this door. I can see some sofa. I'm guessing it's actually, okay, I don't know. But if I were to guess, it's a TV with probably a game console, the likes of a PS5. I guess, I don't know. I'll try to get photos and I'll try to find out. But yes, all in, so nice. Man, I'm loving this. You know, starting with the Sky Lounge and then the Sky facilities. This floor with all your games room, your co-creation. It's perfect. And now let's head towards a music room. Music room's also impressive. Again, properly appointed, properly done. No other music room is like this. Okay, let's go in. You have a drum set. Look at that. Yeah. Branded, and this is again branded stuff. This is not kid stuff, okay? Pearl. You got a keyboard here. Of course, you got a proper sound system, so your vocalists also can, you know, jam. This is a proper jamming session that you can do here, man. This is solid stuff. 1000-watt speakers. I love this, man, to be honest. At the top of my mind, without even touring finish, right? This developer really puts in a lot of effort. Yeah. This is full-fledged stuff, solid stuff that the developer is doing. And they don't deliver empty facilities. Yeah. So much more to explore. Okay, let's go. Before that, this is the surround. Male, female. We'll go check out the male one. What do you think? I have not checked it out, to be honest. This is my first impression. But at the very least, I would think it's certainly above average. I think there'll be decent natural light coming in. And true enough, look at that. Yeah, it's big. Nice sliding doors with a balcony there. Of course, your tempok wudok is here. But yeah, solid. Yeah. Those who want to do their prayers, you should be happy to know that you have a nice, very, very nice place there. Okay. This is just a accessibility ramp. Now let's head down. Sometimes my review is not that smooth because a lot of this, although I've done a lot of research and prior study, right? All this review is usually first time walking through. Yeah. So it's raw. It's I would like to believe it's very neutral, very, very nice. Look at that. So it's double, okay, not double volume, but it's high ceiling. Yeah, and you've got these perforated grills, hence you can get air coming in here. Privacy screen, so they do double for there. Johnson Swiss finishing. Interesting, it's not Roca. But Johnson Swiss also is very good. Anyway, to clarify, you got a steam room. Nice. Yeah. Some lockers here. Nice. Yeah. So there's a difference between steam and also sauna. Sauna is moist. Sauna is dry, while steam is moist. So of course, pros and cons are between the two. Steam is harder to maintain, by the way, much more high. So rarely will you have steam. Usually you have sauna. That's where the one you have to pour the water onto the stone, right? The burning stone, and then the stone basically will just produce hot heat. It's basically a heated stone. Nice. All these are natural flowers. They don't give you fake ones. This should be the jacuzzi. Yeah. And this is a 50-meter lap pool. Which side should I go first? Okay, let me go from this side. This is a kids' swimming pool, if I were to guess. Yeah. I think, yeah, 0.35. So this is for kids. The purpose of our lives is to be happy, Dalai Lama. Wow, I like the quote. A lot of corners here and there. Spaces, not sure what is it for. Of course, can't be complete without a kids' playground. Yeah, decent. Oh, starting to get a little bit warm. BBQ area. More quotes here. This is by Mother Teresa, something along the lines of being happy also. I'll tell you what's missing. I like everything, if only they could add in pipe music. Oh my god, they'll really change the whole vibe, like 360. Yeah, really. You need pipe music in this type of areas, right? Where it's quiet. I've seen those that implement pipe music, right? Really, it's a game changer. Yeah, to have pipe music. There's another BBQ pit there also. We are back at the bottom of this block where we originated from. There is something that I missed out because there's maintenance work, but nevertheless, I'll give you a quick glimpse of it. Work in progress, not supposed to enter, but a quick glimpse will not hurt, right? It's a badminton hall. Very, very nice, sizable badminton hall. High enough, bright enough, you know. Look at that. And of course, this doubles as a multi-purpose hall, right? Yonex. 99 bucks for the net. So again, good stuff that they're giving. I don't think so they are stingy at all. Yeah, lots of good stuff given for all the facilities and even the unit. I think if anything, right, this would be one of the things I really like about this development. They really do a lot of details into all the small finer details. Yeah. Okay, so at the bottom of the other block, block A, nothing much. You don't have all the facilities like what you have here, where you have your games room, you know, you have your co-creation. That they actually have units here. You have some units there, and there is still a toilet, but the toilet there is without the steam room. So you still have a toilet, male, female, and also disabled. And at the top, the highest floor, this one's slightly higher. This is 43 stories. At the top there, you also have the same type of facilities like what you have here. Yeah, which is your basically your Sky Lounge, your Sky Dinner. It's the exact same copy. Is it good? Is it bad? Personally, I think it's okay. Again, there are very different train of thoughts. Having dual, which means you have more of the same, right? So those A can use A, B can use B. Yeah, so perfectly fine. Slightly less variation. Imagine if you have other facilities there, obviously it would be more, right? You have more variations, but you know, ultimately you still have to share as opposed to having the duplicate. Okay, so that's the summary of this property here, Allevia at Mont Kiara. Personal thoughts, I think I've mentioned it already. I like all the details and how it is executed. Each and every small details to me really matter and really shows the dedication of the developer, right? You look at a unit, there's so many small details, right? From the kitchen carpentry and even simple things like the doorbell. They provide a doorbell, yeah. Yeah, it's perfect, to be honest. Facilities wise, really, I don't think so you can have a better facility setup. This is, I'll rate this easily the top 5-10%, yeah, as far as properties in this price range is concerned. Don't compare with, you know, those that are, you know, 2,000 per square feet. As a matter of fact, even if you do compare, you'll notice that this facility setup is likely better than those facilities, yeah, from those more expensive ones. This really very, very solid. I kid you not, it's very, very compact, yeah. The Sky Lounge particularly, I really like the Sky Lounge, where you have everything in there. You have dining, you have a lounge, you have your karaoke, and you have a kids corner, yeah. Everything very, very convenient. This is the toilet that I was talking about, yeah, male, female only without the steam room. And then if you walk behind there, again, the other side, you have to tag in. That is where you have your facilities. So yes, that's about it. If you're interested to get a unit here, do reach out to Keith. His name and contacts is below in the description. Let me know what you think about this property. Yeah, extremely nice facade. I really like this property. To me, yeah, I think it really shows the quality that UM and Sunrise can bring to the table. It's been quite some time since I reviewed UM Sunrise property. Yeah. Okay, thank you. If you found this video useful, please feel free to share it with your friends and family. Oh, they split non-halal, so the other side is the halal one. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!